Today, we're talking about how to record a phone call. I'm going to walk you through how to do this in a few different ways on an iPhone and an Android device. So let's get to it. This is going to be a quick one. Let's go. Before I show you how to record a call, I do need to mention that recording calls can be illegal depending on what state you're in. Some states require that only one person needs to know that the phone call is being recorded. Some states require that both people need to be in on the recording. So just keep that in mind. Look up your state's regulations on recording phone calls, see what's legal and what isn't legal, and go from there. You're an adult, probably you can figure it out. Because of the legal issues surrounding phone call recording, manufacturers don't build that into the phone to make it capable of doing it on its own. So you're gonna have to use a third-party app or like a separate recording device. So let's jump into those options. Overall, the top recommendation is Rev Recorder. It's free and you can pay for transcriptions of the recordings if you want those. If you take a look around the App Store though, there are many options available. Rev is just the most highly recommended, but there are, like I said, a ton to look through and scroll through to find one that fits you best. Next, you can definitely go with Google Voice. You have to download it and use a Google Voice number to record phone calls, which is the downside to it. The other downside is that it only records incoming calls. You can't record your outgoing calls, which doesn't really make that much sense. So that is an option if you want it and if you enjoy using Google Voice. And for the last recommendation, you can always use a secondary device, like a whole separate device to record the conversation on speakerphone. So that's not my most favorite way to go with this, but it's there if that's what you choose to do. Some people don't like giving these recording apps all the permissions they need to record your phone calls. If you're a little against that, you're a little nervous about that, then getting a secondary device is probably the best way to go. Now let's talk about Android devices and how to record on those. With Android devices, I again highly recommend Rev Recorder. It works on Android as well, but again, you can scroll through the Google Play Store and look for other recording apps that are free or cheap that you would prefer to use. The other option that I think is best, almost above Rev, would be Google Phone, not Google Voice, but the Google Phone app. And let me walk you through how to record phone calls on that one. So what you need to do to record calls on the Google Phone app is go to the three-dot menu, click settings or tap settings, and then tap call recording. And from there, you can pick your poison. You can choose to record the call that you're going to make. You can select phone numbers that you want calls to be recorded on always, maybe phone calls with your landlord or someone suspicious, I don't know. But there's options there to record phone calls and choose specific numbers to record calls as well. So that's why I really like the Google Phone app for this one. Don't confuse this Google Phone app with Google Voice. Those are two separate things. Google Voice requires its own phone number. The Google Phone app doesn't. It's actually the app that the Pixel devices use, but now it's available for download on all Android devices that are Android 9 and higher. So you don't have the downsides that Google Voice has with using that Google Voice number specifically. And that's why I really like it. Again, you can also use a secondary device to record phone calls as well if you don't want to give permissions to these apps to record your phone calls. Okay, that's it. Those are some easy, simple ways to record phone calls on an iPhone and an Android device. If you have any questions, let me know. You can also check out more at whistleout.com. I'm Sherry, your telecom expert. Thanks for watching.